Welcome back, Nick Lenz Comic Corner, classic, non-classic. This is episode number 1231 and the 1125th double shot. I got two mobile trades, both of them are volume 5. Now, the second one is the Pendulum trade of this writer's run. This one is not. No, it's only fifth volume of collecting the writer's run. Now, the last time I reviewed, I've only reviewed a couple things related to this particular run. Mostly complete collection and one of the air books I own for it, though I'm a different writer. This, of course, is from The Punisher, the Max era Punisher. Yes, the era that lasted from, I think it was like 2004 to about 2009, I think it was. This is during the actual height of the Punisher era popularity. Yeah, though this is considered to be the 6th volume for the series, it's not canon to the Marvel comic universe. Nope. Why? Because the Max imprint. Though for some reason, the previous volume is also not counted part of the numbering. Now, I get why this was not counted part of the numbering, because it's different continuity. But the previous volume? Not really, no. Now, I reviewed, for this run, I have reviewed the Punisher Max Complete Collection Book 1, which is like the first 12 issues of this run, and the Bourne miniseries, and the first of 2 trades that collect Greg Hurwitz's run for the book. This, of course, is Garth Ennis' run. His run was the first 60 issues. Yeah, first 60 issues. This book collects issues 25 to 30. Yep, Garth Ennis is the writer. Artwork is by Lorendo Fernandez. Good artwork on this book. Now, this book is mostly about human trafficking. Yep, Punisher by human traffickers who engage in beatings and raping of women. And almost all these women get pregnant, except for one who does get pregnant gives birth to I think it's a boy. Apparently the kid is dead. Yeah, Garth Ennis went there, a dead baby. Thank God he didn't show the death on Bano, because that would be really tasteless of him to do. Yeah, it's a very adult series. But, yeah, look if it's only one brief picture, and after you see the picture, you yeah, that's it. Yeah, and because of the Max imprint, there's a lot of cursing in it. Now, there's a lot of violence in it, definitely, but despite the fact it has those two things going for it, is there any nudity in it? Not really, no. There you see, basically in one panel, you have the picture of attempted a rape, where several guys are raping 2 women. Well, that's basically what happens in this book. Oh, and by the way, Punisher does go after all these guys. Kills them all. The cops try to basically arrest him, but it doesn't go anywhere at all. He pretty much kills the woman who was actually really the person in charge of the organization. Which I'm like, oh yeah, and by the way, how he kills her, it's like, wow. It's very similar to how you kill Ma Fanucci from the Punisher 2005 video game. Which came out, I think it was after the storyline? I think it was before the storyline came out, the game came out. Yeah, this came out in I think it was 2006. The game came out in 2005. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where the Punisher kills the woman by pushing her out of a window. You do the same thing with Ma Fanucci in the actual video game, where you actually in the game itself, you basically just pour right through her mansion window and she gets impaled on her spike fence. Here, this is not in a mansion. Nope, as the Punisher basically breaks a woman's nose and her teeth. He shoves her out of basically a 50-story window of a skyscraper to her death. And thank you for the artist not showing a dead body from a falling building. Yep. And the storyline itself was wrapped up pretty nicely at the very end, though it has apparently a debut of Barracuda. Yep. It sets up the debut of the Barracuda character, who was a semi-recurring character in the Punisher Max books up until the character's death. He even has a miniseries. Mm-hmm. I give this book roughly 9 out of 10, but I only recommend this book only for adults. I do not recommend this book for kids, because of all the swearing and the heavy amounts of violence. But the thing is, Punisher worked well under this imprint. He was by far the only character who actually was financially successful on this imprint. It's like almost any other, the only character I can think of basically who did pretty well, despite the fact he had a short-lived comic, was Wolverine and Nick Fury. Yeah, these two had pretty successful runs, though in the case of Nick Fury, Stan Lee was not happy with the depiction of the Max version of Nick Fury. Though it makes sense, but that's what give it what you will. And speaking of Nick Fury, we're going to Jonathan Hickman for his Pendulum trade that collects issues from Secret Warriors. This collects issues 20 to 24 of the Secret Warriors first volume of the series. Of course, written by Jonathan Hickman. The artwork by 3 different artists. Yes, the first 2 issues in here, those second issues co-drawn by somebody else. First you have Mark Kolok with issues 2021. You have Alessio Vanetti, issues 21-24. That's co-draws with issue Marco. And the final issue is basically co-drawn with Dave Marquez. This book is setting up the end of the series. That's what this is. And one of the most pivotal things that happens in this book is that when Nick Fury sends his son on the mission, he gets killed along with his entire team. And you don't know about this until the end of the issue. Though he does get payback for his death of his son. Yeah, Mikael Fury. Those know who Mikael Fury is. I mean, people are familiar with Nick Fury. No problem at all. And people are familiar with Nick Fury Jr. But what about Nick Fury Jr.'s half-brother, Mikael Fury? He made his debut in a one-shot back in the 80s. It was a Wolverine and Nick Fury one-shot, Scorpio Rising, where Mikael Fury became New Scorpio. Yep, became New Scorpio. Also, he also believed his uncle was actually his father. No joke. That's how he was brainwashed to do it. Yep. Also in this storyline, we see the deaths of 2 characters. First we see the death of Alexander, the son of the mortal son of Ares, also known as the God of Fear. He gets killed by freaking Gorgon of all people. Yes, Gorgon, who at this point was leader of the Hand. Though he's currently no longer alive because he got killed off during the X of Swords crossover, believe it or not. And also, Hellfire himself got killed off. Well, when they're about to evacuate the island that the Warriors were on, the Caterpillars, he, of course, well, despite the fact he admitted he loved Daisy Johnson, he apparently was in with Hydra. Yep, he was double agent. So Nick Fury allowed him to die. And despite the fact that it's very implied Daisy might have known the fact Nick Fury was responsible for the death of the man who Daisy loved, she still hates him for it, and she basically destroys the table. Yep. Let's see, what else? Yeah. Oh, yeah, also, did you know what happened to Sebastian Drood? Well, Sebastian Drood. Yes, the son of Dr. Anthony Drood. Yeah, so he was moved from because he was a liability, so he went to Hawaii, his home, where he runs to John Garrett. Yes, John Garrett, who is a frickin' cyborg. Though in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they retconned to be the first Deathlock, which made no frickin' sense because John Garrett is not a frickin' Deathlock. He's a cyborg, but he's not frickin' Deathlock. Now, why is he there in Hawaii at Sebastian's home? To help him lose weight. Because he was fat. That's why Hickman wrote the character. So, over the course of 6 months, he dropped all that weight and helped his own team evacuate from the island. Though apparently, according to Nick Fury, as soon as the mission was over, the team was over. Yep. Though there is still one more mission left for them. With the final arc of the series, Wheels. Which I'm looking forward to my hands in the trade. Yeah. This is really, really good. Thoroughly enjoyable book. And yeah, and I kind of missed the series. I was shocked the fact when the series ended after 28 issues. At the time, though, the series was briefly revived for a Secret Empire tie-in, though the series are ended. That was something Matthew Ross. I haven't finished up that book yet. Now I'm gonna get this book roughly a 9.5. This book is so damn good. I love Secret Warriors. Now, fun fact about the second volume, the collect issues from the second volume for the series. I tried ordering from Amazon a while ago, and the book never arrived. Yep, it got lost in the mail. One of the few items from Amazon that actually got lost. Yep. Now, trades for this one? Nope, never lost any of them. Though I did lose a One Piece one in the mail, though I couldn't get a refund for it for some reason, but though I got a cheaper one. Yep. I'll eventually get no problem. The only book I have currently in the mail right now is a Doctor Strange tree, which I'm looking forward to my hands in the book because there's a finale for a certain writer's romance. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, as of right now for Secret Warriors, there is exactly 2 trades left. There is the 1 trade left for this volume and the 1 for the next volume for the series. And that's it. Also, this is quite interesting though. If you look at basically how many issues both volumes published, they only put out 40 issues. Yep, 40. Hickman had the great run for the book. It is purely fantastic. And though it's quite odd, though, that the artist who does the cover for the series apparently went to this Steve McGibbon route, basically having where, oh yeah, half the cover basically is cut off halfway through and pretty much all white. Though in the case of this is not like Civil War 1, where that was up against editorial mandate. I'm not really sure why the cover is like this for. I know Steve McGibbon does not do the cover art. I think it's like Mike Diodato does the artwork. No, it kind of looks like, but it really isn't. It's basically Jim Chung, Mark Morales, Justin Pruser, this is 2022, and 2324 is powered by Paul Rodin. It looks like Mike Diodato. I gotta admit, fun book. Yep, so, yeah, that's it for Single Review. I'm hoping to do 2 more reviews, and I have a review for Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon and Case Closed. Yep, I'll do those soon, okay? See you next video. Bye.